So what are the steps to buy businesses? And that's coming from me. If you don't know me, my name is Moran Pober. I'm the CEO and founder of Acquisitions.com. Go to there right now if you want to see. We have probably the biggest amount of listings right now of businesses for sale. We were involved, me personally, directly or indirectly, in more than 100 acquisitions of small businesses, ranging anywhere from 1 to 30 million a year in sales. So I want to share with you some of the steps of some of the process and misconceptions and understanding on what it looks like to get to a point where you're just starting out and then you want to get to a point where you're buying your first or next business, right? I don't care if you want to start your journey as an entrepreneur or you want to grow your business by acquisitions, by buying your competitors, your suppliers, your different customers, businesses. You can do the same with following those steps. So the first steps is all about gathering your troops, basically having the team and having a clear vision of what it looks like, right? So let's start with the vision. So I think one of the biggest problems that people have is the fact that they're just not clear about what they want to do. And a lot of time people procrastinate just because they have lack of clarity and lack of commitment. That's literally one of the biggest challenges that I see, like even with, people who message me out of the blue and tell me, Moran, I tried to buy businesses for the last 3 years. And I told them, cool, how many business owners did you talk to? How many offers did you make? And they're like, nothing. I'm trying to learn all the nuances and all the, misconception and understanding and mistakes I might make. I'm like, look, man, with that kind of attitude and commitment, there's no way you'll get your results. And that's why I highly suggest to get to a point where you have someone to keep you accountable, someone who's been there, done there, someone who know what you need to do. Otherwise, you'll just end up 5-10 years from now basically staying the same. And many people are afraid that they feel uncomfortable to hear that because it means you need to step outside your comfort zone. So think with yourself, what do you want to do? Where do you want to be in a year from now? What kind of business you want to own? How much revenue is that business you want to bring for you? How much in profits after all expenses, after taxes? How much you want to make in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now? Where do you want to be? What your lifestyle is going to look like? What's the impact you're going to make on the community that you have, on the business, on the employees, on the customers? If you're not as specific as you can, it's just going to be very difficult for you to go out there, take action, and then look for opportunities that are helping you moving towards your goals, right? Then you need to ask yourself, okay, who are the people that you can bring to the table to help you with that, right? What kind of advisors you need to have? Do you need a board? You don't need a board. Do you need accountants? Do you need lawyers? Do you need M&A professionals? Do you need operators, industry experts? Those are some of the biggest questions people ask. There's no black or white here. There's no 100% same answer for everyone. It depends on you, depends on your background, your understanding, your experience in business, and what do you do the best and what do you need help with. And based on that, I could probably give you an answer on who do you need on your team. But for most of you, probably in your first deal, you need someone to help you kind of look at the deal and say, hey, is this a good deal or not? Unless you know how to look at a deal and know if the deal is a good deal or not, right? Same goes for legal support, right? A lot of people never went through a transaction, so they don't know what needs to be on an agreement, on an LOI or on a sales and purchase agreement to make sure that you're not making mistakes, right? You don't want to make mistakes in this sector because every mistake can potentially be a multi-million-dollar mistakes. What it is for you, I can tell you for me right now, if I look at an agreement, I can create it on my own. You don't need to be a rocket science, expert to be able to draft sales and purchase agreements. But if it's your first deal, guess what? It's probably just better for you to do it with someone who, with a lawyer, actually been there, done that, to make sure that they're walking through the steps so you won't make mistakes, right? Then people ask me, okay, do I need an industry expert? Well, it depends. What's your experience? What's your background? Do you know anything about that industry? Do you know anything about business in general? What that business that you're buying needs? Who are the people that you have in that business that you're buying, right? What kind of help do you need? What kind of team members do you have in that business that you might need to add on or remove or fire or hire? And when I have all those different answers, then I can give you a specific plan for you based on your situation. We have people that I work with who, I had a guy who was a CEO of one of the largest public companies out there that I'm sure you're all going to be familiar with his name. Guess what? When that guy is going to buy a small business, he's not going to need as much help on how to operate the business that he's buying. If it's going to be him day to day, or if he's going to hire someone else day to day and manage him and making sure that manager is going to help him with different KPIs and keeping him accountable. So that person, compared to a guy who, we have guys who just finished college or worked in Uber and that's the only work experience that they have. Guess what? Those people are probably going to have a longer learning curve, and they just need to appreciate the fact that everyone starts in a different situation in their life, and everyone need to appreciate no matter where they at, kind of their situation, and just either way do their best with what they have. And if they don't know what they don't know, then go and find someone who know what they need in order to make sure you at least sustain the business and not destroy it as soon as you buy the business. So that's a bit about kind of like where do you find what kind of business you want to find, right? Then people ask me, okay, how do I find a deal, right? So, and there's a lot of different strategies. Like we use probably more than dozens of different strategies. So you can go to broker directly, obviously. There's a lot of broker sites out there. Even on our site, we have a lot of listings from brokers. Great deals. Very organized, but guess what? You're probably going to pay retail for those businesses, right? So you need to ask yourself, like, do you want to pay retail? Do you potentially have some access to equity, or are you going to bring your equity? Because guess what? The very creative no money down deals are not going to come with brokers, because brokers are going to they want to make their money, and their money is usually some kind of a commission on a price that they promise this seller that they'll get them. The other way is to go off market, and there's a lot of strategies to find off market deals. The problem is that most people just are not willing to do that work. Right? Everyone wants the easy way, but the easy way is not going to give you the best, amazing, like creative, no money down deals. I can tell you, I talked to dozens of business owners who will literally, people are like making 1 million a year in profits, who literally say, man, like just give me someone who will pay me like $200,000. I'm just sick of and tired of this business. And it's just not as easy to find those people. You just need to go out there and do the work. And most people are just not willing to do the work in this or anything in life, right? That's why, I mean, if information was the answer, librarian would be billionaires, right? I think Warren Buffett's saying that. So you need to ask yourself, what do you want? Where do you want to be? And who's keeping you accountable to make sure that you're moving toward the person you want to become? And it's not gonna be comfortable. Like, and so people hear that are like, oh man, like whatever. But it's like, you literally need to step outside your comfort zone every single day and improve every single day. And it's gonna suck. And you feel like parts of you are gonna die. Literally, it feels like almost that kind of a pain when you're trying to buy a business or grow a business. And if you don't believe that, and if you think it's too much, then I'm sorry, maybe it's not for you to be an entrepreneur, right? People always look for the easy way. It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone was a billionaire, right? But it's not. If it was easy, everyone was in an amazing shape and with 6 abs, right? But it's not the case. So let's say you go out there, you find the deal, right? What's next, right? Then obviously it comes down to negotiations, closing the deal, finding advisors. Do you need to pay a contingency or not? Like there's a lot of small nuances that I can dive into that we work with our clients for a year, right? But you need to ask yourself, like, what do you need based on where you're at right now? Some stuff that I see out there, like I have people messaging me about to close a deal, and the reason they're not closing the deal is because the lawyer asked them for like a $5,000 deposit, a retainer, and the rest of it on contingency after closing the deal. And you don't want to do that because he learned that you gotta work on contingency fee, right, with lawyers. And I'm like, dude, just pay them the $5,000. You know, like why are you holding the deal? Like a business that might potentially make you like a few $100,000 in net profit each year, and you barely, if any, put in your own money, and you're stopping that because someone told you that you need to pay only on contingent fee for your advisors. And it just, again, brings me back to the first notes, and that's why I think it's so important. Like, what's your goal? What's your focus? And why do you have that goal and focus? Your goal in the end of the day, if you're trying to buy a business, hopefully it's to own a business so the business will make you money. That's the main reason to have a business. I mean, few reasons basically. So I'd say you want to own a business because you want the income, the lifestyle, and the impact. Those 3 things. You're not going to go out there to buy a business because you want to talk to people and tell them, hey, I got contingency fee advisors and that's why I'm successful. It's not. Hopefully that's not your goal, right? Your goal should be, I want to own a business so I could make money, have the lifestyle that I want, and have the impact that I want eventually. Probably if you're watching this, your first goal is I want to make as much money as possible. But when you'll make more money than you used to, or maybe when you make enough money so you're not really worried about your kind of like day to day, then you'll start to think about, okay, what kind of lifestyle do I want? And then what kind of impact do I want? Because if you don't have impact goal, I think like eventually you don't have a reason to wake up. Like how many good restaurants and parties and I don't know what you're getting excited about and travels you can have. You can. So eventually you'll come back and you'll be like, okay, what am I doing now? That's where impact coming into play. And obviously if you have family and stuff like that, perhaps like you want a better lifestyle. But you know, I'd say most people that watch me and email me and stuff like that, initially they just care about the income. So that's what you should worry about when you're looking to buy a business. Worry about the income that the business might give you. Right? Worry about the dividends that you might be able to take. Worry about the income, the salary that you might be able to take out of the business. Worry about buying a business that will eventually bring you at least 7-figure after taxes when you sell the business, right? And that's what's possible with acquisitions. Like it's crazy. We have clients. We have a client who just bought a business doing 22 million a year, 22 million pounds a year, using none of his own money. Most businesses in their lifetime are not getting to those type of numbers. Most programs, courses, books out there, Like they will get you excited about building a business doing like 10 grand a month. They will get you excited about growing your business like 10, 20%, 30% a year, or even doubling the business, getting to a point where your first business is a 22 million business, 22 million a year right away from the get-go. That's unheard of. And that's why I'm so excited and committed. And I'm super like committed to this purpose that we're trying to build with Acquisitions.com, like literally to see a world where everyone who wants to own a business can own one with this vehicle called Acquisitions. And I think this is just the beginning. The next decade is going to be probably the best opportunity of our lifetime with what's going on with the baby boomers. And I'm really excited to be in the front and lead everyone, and eventually have people like you to partner with and invest in our capital that we have access to right now with investors who are coming in. That's what I'm excited about. Hopefully it's getting you guys excited. Hopefully I got you some kind of idea on how to look about this process of buying businesses. If you have some questions or some stuff you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments below. I'm starting to go back probably to some of the basics, some of the stuff that I literally recorded like 2-3 years ago that is in the channel, and maybe just kind of like renew some of those topics. So if you have something specific you want me to talk about in this process of acquisitions, we were involved in the last almost 2 years in more than 100 acquisitions. So we see some of the nuances, we see what's up. Like there's a lot of small nuances and like new lessons that we got. So if you want specific lessons, let me know in the comments, and yeah, I'll do my best to get videos on that. And if you want to talk to us about acquisitions, see the link below, book a call with me and my team, and we'll see if we can help you. Hope you enjoy that. Like, subscribe, or do whatever you can so you can help me with this YouTube channel. I heard YouTube like those things. So again, hope you got some value, and I'll see you soon.